Kind of makes me want to cry a little bit, but it's okay. Today starts a separate travel day from Annette. I'm sad. Sad to be leaving the Philippines, but now it's time to recreate the adventure that you saw Annette and I do, where we go on like 2 different ferries and then take an hour taxi, take a flight. Hopefully this time we're not barely making it and the last one's on every single ferry, so fingers crossed to that. But all packed up, about to say bye to my boo. Go from there.
I love you.
I love you. Bye, see you later. Goodbye, scooter that popped the flat but got us through all the off-road adventures.
Vale.
And it is officially back to the off-roading. I don't see how these things don't break down all of the time. But now we are making our way to the port. I'm actually traveling with these two now since I already said bye to Annette and she's taking a flight. We're gonna have to make a video on it because the coronavirus threw all of our plans for a loop. And so now we're having to have like separate travel days and meet up in Bangkok. It's gonna be a whole thing, but it's fine. We're gonna first make the ride there alive.
Okay, so we got here and we were expecting to take the 1 p.m. ferry that should cost 150 peso max, but I guess that they completely changed the schedule for today and no one found out. And then I was like, wait a second. In my head, I'm like, are you trying to pull the wool over my eyes and get a little bit more money out of me? And then I let a Filipino go before me and she paid the same price. And I guess what ended up happening is they just canceled a bunch of the regular boats. So we had to pay for the more expensive one and we have to wait an extra 2 hours here. Woohoo!
Yo que sé, cóbrame 380.
So we've been waiting in the terminal for quite a while, again, because because the boat was pushed back and we're having to take the last one. We've all literally been sitting here and kind of bored out of our minds. They did have Zombieland 2 playing, which I didn't even know came out. Love those movies. But we've just been chilling, reading a book. Thankfully there's AC in the terminal. Other than that, there's nothing really crazy going on. And I woke up from a nap and it got ridiculously busy. So I guess it's time to board. We were literally all just sitting here wondering when it was gonna happen, and then we hear this massive and really long just horn from the boat. And so then the guy came over and it was like, time to board. And everyone's clearing out quick. And we got packed on pretty tight. I think this is gonna be a full house for the next couple of hours, but hopefully this boat gets us there quick enough so I can make the next ferry. Anyways, now it's time for me to play Sudoku, and I will see you when I get to Siargao.
Thank you.
Thankfully the boat was on time. We got so lucky. I don't know if the last boat is always a fast one, but goodness gracious was I sweating it. And then I went up and I couldn't help myself. I asked and I was like, what time does the boat land? He was like, around 5 o'clock. So I think we have enough time to grab food and then make our way to the 7 p.m. overnight ferry to then arrive in Cebu by 3:30 a.m. Oh, but I'm starving, so I'm gonna get some food.
Yo pienso aquí.
Come in.
And boom, have the ticket. That was easy. Takes quite a while, so if you're in a rush, make sure you queue as soon as possible. We were actually leaving the boat before it actually docked, so before anyone got up, there was like 3 people that stood up and got in a line, and I was just like, hey guys, let's go. And it saved us because we were in the front of the line in this one, and even this took us maybe 45 minutes, so time for food.
Hello, welcome to my guys. Oh.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to my guys.
Thankfully, we found a place where we could get a couple of cheeseburgers and some longanisa for pretty cheap. So we're rushing here. We got the food takeaway so we can just eat it on the boat. Sorry to have just popped back up on the boat. I didn't realize how difficult filming would be with just one person. I don't see how people do this on their own. I never realized how much Annette and I go back and forth and depend on each other for an entire day of capturing it on camera for you. So anyways, right now I have gotten food. I got some longanisa and a couple cheeseburgers, and I'm really just gonna eat, chill out, try not to sweat my life out because for some reason it's really hot. Go from there. Hopefully once we start moving it'll cool down, but see you bright and early in the morning. And good morning. just like that, I think the last 5 hours went by pretty quick. I'm still really tired. I didn't sleep well. I don't really sleep well when I'm not with or around Annette, so I didn't sleep like a baby like the first one. But now I don't know really what I'm gonna do for the next like 6 hours because my flight is at 12:40 something and it is 3:30 in the morning. If only they would let me check in for my flight like 9 hours early. So we stopped off in a 7-Eleven to kind of avoid the taxi crowd, and then we all realized that we were really hungry and all needed change. So I got some change here, and I think I'm about to catch a taxi. I'm gonna try and use Grab, see if it works this early in the morning, because I really don't feel like dealing with the taxi. And from hearing other people's stories, taking taxis in Cebu, ours has been totally great and fine. I just don't want to risk it at 3:30 in the morning. Good morning. And let the flight portion of the travel journey begin. Now, I think it is 5 a.m. I'm probably gonna spend 3 hours just sleeping on the floor in the airport, and then the next 3 hours sleeping in a lounge in the airport. And then after that, it's a flight to Singapore, have a layover in Changi, and then I will be in Thailand by tonight. So I think I still have another 16 hours of travel, 18 hours of travel. Kind of makes me want to cry a little bit, but it's okay. At least all the people in Cebu are really nice. I missed it here. When we were going to the other islands, Annette and I would like look at each other at random points and be like, I want to go visit the people in Lilawan and go to Mobile, see everyone at Vin's Kitchen. That would be the dream. But next time, anyways, time to... Oh, do they even let you in the airport this early? Everyone's waiting outside, and I don't quite understand why. I'm gonna go wait in the air conditioning, because I haven't had that for like a while, and I've sweat my life out. Okay, so I have no idea why everyone was waiting outside. I just had to show my flight, and even though my flight's not for the next like 6 hours, they still let me in. So I tucked myself in a corner, and your boy's about to take a nap, because wow am I tired. I like almost contemplated on the boat, would it have been worth it just to spend the extra 100 US to fly with Annette? But hey, I guess 2 days and $100 US saved is pretty good, not bad. After hours of waiting and trying to sleep and not being able to, and lots of people coughing around me, hence the mask, I think the gate has actually opened early so I can check in for my flight. Oh, when I get to this lounge, I'm gonna pound back so much coffee. All right, Nook Scoot, here I come.
How are you?
Hi sir, good morning.
Good morning. Do you have a
Kindly
pen?
fill out this one. Here to confirm, have you been to China, Macau, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Italy for the past 14 days?
I have not. What a nightmare of a check-in. The people at the desk were absolutely lovely, and I want you guys to make sure you know it wasn't them. But having to have a return flight out of Bangkok, and then with the virus having canceled our flights, moved our flights, and all this other jazz, I didn't really know the information. I was just like, I know where I'm going here, and then I have to leave. And so trying to get all of that information through was ridiculous. But finally here, time to make my way through immigration, go through customs, and then see you on the other side. All right, so I made it into the Plaza Premium Lounge, and I've already gone up for the first set of food, and it was delicious. And I may have just gone a little overboard on the sweets. Let me see if I can pull this up without spilling it. They're really good. And I've been running off no sleep, as you guys saw, and so yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Anyways, I don't really know how exciting the rest of today's travel journey is gonna be. I really hope it's not exciting, because whenever it is exciting, that means I'm stressed. We're gonna try and avoid that, but I am really excited to go to Singapore because I have a 4-hour layover. It's really weird traveling without Annette because her and I travel together, and I didn't realize how much we lean on each other for everything. It's almost as if like I have the perfect travel companion, because whatever I fall short in, she picks up. Whatever she falls short in, I pick up. And now I'm just falling short with no one to pick it up. So I'm going to crush these little sweets. It's like a red velvet cake, a carrot cake, and a bunch of cookies. So I'm gonna get all hopped up on sugar, hopefully try and take a shower here because I smell like death from last night's overnight ferry. Go from there.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat.
All right, so after a nice couple hours just sitting twiddling my thumbs, drinking a lot of beer in a lounge, it is time for me to way to my gate. Not necessarily my doing this early. They definitely called me overhead when I had already stayed past like an hour and a half when I was supposed to, because you only get 30 minutes. I mean 30 minutes. That would be horrible if you only got 30 minutes. You only get 3 hours in the lounges, and I have like 4.5, 5 hours to wait. And I was like kind of pushing it a little bit, because in most places no one is going to come up and say anything. I think it's just Singapore tends to be like a more rules-based system, which I respect, just different. So the guy called me overhead, so I went up and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot that there was a time limit. I just went up with all my stuff. He was like, no worries, have a good day. I was like, okay. Oh, and actually, perfect, as we're passing, you can see on my left and right the different screenings that they have. That's actually where they take everyone's thermal temperature as you're walking through into the gate to transfer to different wherever you're going or to exit the airport as part of the screening process, which is pretty interesting. I appreciate it. It keeps all of us safe, that's for sure. But time to twiddle some more thumbs just waiting at the gate while my glasses fog up.
Hello.
And we are back in Bangkok. So the last thing I have to do today is to catch a 30-minute to an hour bus, depending on traffic tonight, into Khao San and go meet Annette. But thank you for coming along on this ridiculously long travel day all the way from a random island in the Philippines to Bangkok. I think it's been 36 plus hours of travel, so I'm ready to hit the bed. Anyways, make sure that you give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and as the end screens pop up to my left and right, click one of those, either binge watch from the beginning or click one of our other playlists. You know what, since we're in Thailand, it's gonna be a Thailand playlist. We're just gonna put that up there. Click one of those. You know you wanna watch more of us. Anyways, see you on the next adventure.